So how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Boshy, more Cheetahman as well. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen today. More Cheetahman, and even more until they eventually die. Although I don't know how much I need, but hey, Mr. Tusk, that was a pretty fast showing. First spectator. Yeah, that's I think your first time being the first spectator. Good stuff. That's some pretty nice stuff. Alright, let's change the controls. And what about the volume though? The volume... No, it's fine like that. Alright. I keep your channel open. Nice. Keep your channel open even when my computer is turned off. So you will be playing at this time, yeah? Well, I mean, after all, this is the last day of this big holiday. Or I should say this long weekend. So you just had to make use of it, really. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Although, I don't really want people to get used to, like, this, this time, right? Because this is just only for weekends, usually. And, yeah, obviously, this weekend is pretty special because it's longer than usual. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not like... I don't think there's gonna be much progress anyway here because it's pretty hard. But we are making some progress, at least. Some progress. Slowly but surely some progress. The only problem will be that attack with the UFOs that I need to get used to, but you know, other than that. And this is, as I said before, this is the very last thing, that there is to do in this game. If I can beat this boss, that's it. I got 100% completion on the game. Obviously there is like a boss rush mode and all that shit that I'm not gonna do. But you know, might be good to revisit the game sometime later. Okay. I don't even know how the boss rush works, because a lot of boss rushes in a lot of games are basically you beating all of the bosses in a row. So obviously beating bosses in a row in a game like this is not really something that will probably happen. So yeah, I don't think I will do any boss rush. Fucker, this monkey's a piece of shit. But yeah, I mean, you just can't see how much it's taking me to do this. So imagine doing this in a boss rush where you have to beat him on the first try. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, right? Well, it's not. I wanna be the guy who also has a boss rush, which I'm also not gonna do. At least not yet. Honestly, I don't even know how you... I mean, unless you're a speedrunner, how the hell do you do a boss rush on this game? Like, that's just insane. But you know, that's the kind of thing that I'm not gonna do, so you don't have to worry about it. This is basically, as I say, this fight right here is the last thing that you will have to worry about. Once I'm done with this, I'm done with the game. But until I can actually get that, it's probably gonna, you know, be some time. And I also picked the next game to play after this, you know. As you probably know, I Wanna Be the Guy has a lot of fun games. This is one of them, but there are literally thousands of fun games. And I picked one out of those thousands with the help of Mr. Thunder. And I think it's called Not Another Needle Game. I think that's the name. And basically, differently from this game, it includes a lot of platforming. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's a pure platforming game, so that means that there are no bosses and you don't have to worry about shooting anything. So that's pretty dope, if you ask me. Guys, honestly, you know, having bosses is fine, but having bosses like this, where I have to spend literally tens of hours just to beat them, is like a little bit too much, right? So I think being a pure platforming should be fine. Obviously, that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, but at the very least, I think getting stuck in, you know, sections like this will be less common, right? So you will see a lot of change, a lot of, you know, different levels without too much repetition, unless I really get stuck in a jump or something like that. But, you know, I guess it will be interesting. That's pretty much the first game that uses the standard fun game physics. Apparently Boshy, which obviously it's this game, doesn't really use standard physics. They use like a specific physics engine for this game that has acceleration, and that makes it, you know, different from the norm. So, you know, this will be this game that I will play after this one will be the first one to have fun game physics. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting as long as I can beat this, that is. Wow. It just went straight down. Yeah, I'm not gonna step on the platform. Let me just fall all the way down. Why not? Yeah, at least we have some Sonic here, right? Everyone loves Sonic. Although this is Sonic 1 Sonic, not Sonic 3. I feel like it's fine too. What will be the next game? It's called Not Another Needle Game. It's also an I Wanna Be the Guy fun game, but it's pure platforming. Apparently there are no bosses, so it's just pure platform. You can look it up. I mean, if you want, I can write it down for you once I get killed here. Just wait a couple of seconds where I'm probably gonna get killed. Wow, I dodged that. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, it's amazing when you dive deep into the I Wanna Be the Guy community. They have all sorts of shit. Basically, this is the name. It's Not Another Needle Game. That's the name. Obviously, the name is kind of like a parody, you know, saying... Because here's the thing, in I Wanna Be the Guy, apparently games that are pure platforming are called needle games, right? Basically because kind of like there are spikes everywhere, right? Kind of something like that. So this is apparently also a needle game, although it seems that the title disagrees with that, but yeah. That's the name. Apparently it's pretty good, so I want to check it out. But you know, the only thing preventing me from checking it out is this boss. So I have to beat this. I guess it's kind of like is gonna be my reward, right? If I beat this boss, I will be able to play that game. But no joke, this is looking pretty hard. This boss, that is. And even if I obviously wanna beat it, it's looking like quite the challenge. Kinda like Solgrim, pretty much. I mean, Solgrim was also pretty hard. But yeah, the difference is that with this one, seems that it's easier to use Sonic, and Sonic is a character that has different physics than the rest of the characters, so you also have to get used to use him. And I got killed, damn it. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan, the stream schedule, if you will. Although it shouldn't take that long, really. Just a matter of right now getting used to the UFO pattern. Basically, the UFO pattern is the only thing keeping me from progressing. Wow, nice dodge. There's also this monkey, which sometimes it feels really hard to dodge. I mean, the concept isn't hard, right? Like, you're literally supposed to jump at the same time he jumps, right? That's what you're supposed to do. The problem is that when your jumps get desynchronized, it gets really hard to keep damaging him, and that's when you get killed. But you know, again, it's just a matter of getting used to it. Also, I wonder if Ghastly helps on that pattern. It should, but you never know. Fucking Beyblades. You know, it's funny because they are apparently bees. Like, they are bees, literally. I know, it's pretty fucked up that bees will be drawn like that. But you gotta understand that this game, like, you know, the Cheetah Man, right? It's a shitty game, right? So you don't really expect accurate representations of animals on, you know, with this game. I mean, after all, those things that are attacking me right now, those are cheetahs, apparently. Cheetah men, right? Half cheetah, half man. And yeah, you can tell that the graphics weren't really good. I mean, the game wasn't really good either. So yeah, things that look like Beyblades are actually bees. And these things that looks like dogs are apparently wolves. And this is apparently, you know, I don't know what this is. It's a dude running. Well, I guess that's the most accurate one so far. See, these are bees. They look like Beyblades, but they are actually bees. And then you have this monkey. At least the monkey looks like a monkey. Gonna give them that, although he's annoying as fuck. But at least he looks like a monkey. And then you have this dumbass, which is also a cheetah. And then for some reason you have UFOs. I don't know what's the deal with that. I don't think there were UFOs in the original game. I might be wrong though. And then you have that. I don't know what that is. What that's supposed to be. Like a dinosaur, a lizard. I don't know. Nightmare fuel, that's what it is. What do you have to do with UFOs? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they even appear in the Cheetah Man game. I mean, considering that the game was complete garbage, it might be something that appeared in the game, but yeah, I don't know what this fight has to do with UFOs, honestly. I have no idea. But apparently they are there. After all, you know, this is apparently a really, really good rendition to the Cheetah Man, right? Probably one of the best tributes that this series will ever have. Which is already saying a lot, because a game like the Cheetah Man doesn't deserve anything. But yeah, it's still kinda funny how they really put a lot of effort into this fight of a game that is complete trash, like the Cheetah Man, sorry, I can't even spell. I don't even remember what console was it. I said before like it was the CDI, but I don't think it was the CDI. I think it was like the... Actually, I have no idea where it's from, but it's from a console that nobody gave a shit about, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might have been from a good console, but just like the black sheep of that console. Nah, probably not. I don't know. It's probably better to not know that either. It will basically waste space in your brain. Pretty valuable space that could be used for anything else other than the Cheetah Man. Nice. So this is currently the attack that is giving me trouble. The real problem here is trying not to fall. That's the biggest problem. Damn, this asshole refuses to die. Holy shit, he has a lot more HP than I thought. Like, I thought that after all those shots he will finally be dead, but no. He has a lot of health. Okay. Yeah, what you're supposed to do there, by the way, is shooting down that dude. You have to shoot him or evade? No, you have to shoot him. You have to shoot him down before the dude behind you gets you. That's what you gotta do. Like, you have to balance yourself with the UFOs in a way that you can not only not die by falling, but you also need to shoot him. Problem is, doing both things at the same time is pretty hard, to say the least. Yeah. And what's the funniest part about this is that defeating the cheetah man only rewards you with a shitty character that apparently doesn't do shit. It's just a skin of normal Boshy. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think he is. So basically you're doing this for nothing. Well, I guess the satisfaction of beating the boss, but you don't get nothing. Like when you beat the final boss, at the very least, not only you beat the game, but you also get 3 characters. 2 of which are really useful. One of these is Sonic, by the way. But with this boss, apparently you just get a dumbass that doesn't do shit. Which is pretty frustrating, but you know. I think he's a 3D model. Like, it's a character from World of Warcraft, that's what I know. But since I never played World of Warcraft, I couldn't give less of a shit, so yeah. And World of Warcraft is probably one of those things that was never popular around here. Mostly because you needed to pay a monthly subscription nonetheless to play, just to play. Basically the character that I'm talking about is this one. I don't know what this is, but apparently it's supposed to be from World of Warcraft. Maybe. So yeah, that's what you unlock by beating this fight. I don't know why you will want it, but I guess if you're a big fan, it will make sense. But yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where the reward doesn't really match the challenge, right? It's kind of like trying to, you know, beat a chess master at chess, and your reward is just like a candy, right? Yeah, good job in beating the chess master. Here's your prize, dumbass. Wow, nice. Seems that after all this time I'm still not used to Sonic speed. Holy shit. Although I guess it's not really the speed, it's the acceleration. I mean, apparently every Boshy character has acceleration, but the difference is that with Sonic it's really noticeable. Like, it's really noticeable that there is acceleration here. So yeah. Sometimes when I want to stop at a platform, I just go overboard and fall. Nice. I also have to get really used to this monkey. Although the monkey does have a little bit of RNG. Because basically with the monkey you can... Wow, nice. That's nice RNG. I was gonna say that with the monkey, the way he throws bananas is RNG, so sometimes he can throw it behind him and hit you, and you die, basically. So yeah, it's kinda hard. But yeah, the UFO attack is really something that gets pretty hard, because not only the UFOs are obviously RNG, but also the balance that you have to do is pretty hard. And sometimes, you know, if you're using Sonic, right, balancing yourself in midair gets pretty hard. But it seems that if you were using Boshy in that attack, the problem will be that sometimes the UFOs are so far apart from each other that it gets almost impossible to not fall. It also doesn't help that with Boshy you jump lower, so you won't really be damaging the boss that much. So even if it is kinda harder to control with Sonic, it's you know, easier in the long run. Nice. Oh, and there's also that thing about the UFOs. If you hit a UFO from like the side, even if just a little bit of the side of the UFO, you die. You have to hit him from the top. You can't hit it from anywhere else. If you hit it from anywhere else, you die. And the hitbox isn't that big, which is also a problem. So you have to be pretty precise. And yeah, pretty much. And obviously the worst part is that you have to constantly shoot this dude while you're trying to not die. So yeah, it gets really hard. But apparently that's one of the hardest patterns in the fight. So I guess it could be worse. Although I don't really know how the rest of the patterns are. But I don't think there is much after that. Or at least I hope there's not much after that. That will be a pain in the ass. You jump over UFOs to reach behind Cheetah. But that wouldn't solve anything, because the Cheetah is not attacking you. Like, shooting from in front of the Cheetah is not a problem. Like, if I got behind, nothing will change. Like, the real hard part of that fight is trying not to fall and at the same time shoot him. But to evade the green oh, but the green thing is gonna be there no matter what. Like, the green stuff is gonna be there always because it's aimed. It's aimed at you. Like, it's not just on the center. Like, if I was on the right side of the screen, it will be on the right side of the screen. It's totally aimed. So you can't really do anything other than move a lot to avoid it. So yeah, that's also the problem. That's something that I almost forgot, that there is that green stuff right there, which apparently is like an alien or something. And yeah, it gets pretty hard. It's pretty hard to avoid that at the same time that you're trying to not fall and at the same time you're trying to shoot. But yeah, going to the right won't help, sadly. I jumped there, you piece of shit. Okay. Well, at least there is a plan, but it's still more of a matter of executing it than it is to learn it, right? Executing it is the main issue, the main challenge. I really hope, I don't know because I haven't seen the fight, but I really hope that after that UFO attack, the Nets attack is gonna be the last. I really hope that, because if that's not the case, that's gonna be too much. If the Nets attack after that is not the last one. Now, can you imagine if the Cheetah Man made it to Smash Bros? No, that will be a pretty bad move. Like, yeah, it will kind of like, it will be like Duck Hunt. The difference is that at least Duck Hunt actually tried to evolve, you know, video games, right? This shit, the Cheetah Man didn't do absolutely anything for video games. In fact, they probably done more harm than good. So yeah, can you imagine the Cheetah Man on Smash? That will be something else. I mean, if they make it free, I guess it will be fine. Cause nobody's gonna pay for that shit. So it will be funny, like every skin will be a different Cheetah Man. Damn. I got it from the side. And the funny thing is that this UFO attack apparently took Thundit 8 to 10 hours to get used to. Or 6 to 8 hours, right? The whole fight took him 10 hours. So yeah, you can tell that it's a big deal. Nice. Oh, that's right. It's like he's the one summoning those green things. I can see like he kind of like aims at the sky and those shits comes out, but even then those things are aimed. I'm playing FTL now. What's FTL? Faster. You probably already showed me, but I forgot. FTL. Yeah, you probably showed me what it is and I completely forgot. That's fine. I mean, it's an indie game, right? You gotta try to go behind Cheetah. That's not gonna work. Like it's something that I'm sure, that I'm totally sure of. I mean, if I wasn't sure, Thunder would have mentioned it. Indie game, nice. Besides, even if I tried, like, let's do it. Okay, let's do, well, nice. See, that's why. Nah, I'm just kidding. I screwed up there myself, but yeah, going behind. The problem with going behind is that it will actually be counterproductive, because not only the green stuff will still be there, I will have way less space to dodge. Why did I move left? I'm an idiot. What was the game about, by the way? FTL? Cause I really can't even picture it. Can't even picture the game. Wait, what am I doing here? why am I dodging from the center instead of the left side? Damn it. Spaceships but turn-based? Okay. So kinda like XCOM. Right? I think XCOM is kinda like turn-based. And it's about aliens and shit. Although that game is yeah, pretty expensive. Never tried to play it. I don't even know how it looks like. Although the, you know, the logo looks cool. It's basically like a city, but the buildings shape it so it looks like an alien face. Nice. Oh, I have an additional jump there. Ah, damn it. That was a pretty good run. That was a pretty good run. I forgot to... Well, it's not like I forgot, but I tried to bounce and I just couldn't aim properly. Good shit, at least I'm getting better at the attack. Although, I will only see that I see progress if I can beat the attack at least once. If I can beat the UFO attack at least once, then I will say that there is progress. So far, no, not yet. You are making progress? Well, yeah, technically, but I don't want to call it progress until I can actually beat that attack. And after that, as I said before, I hope the next thing after that is the final attack, because otherwise this is gonna be a complete pain in the ass. Well, I mean, more than it already is. No, I went too high, damn it. Also, yesterday I started buying a lot of games on Steam because of the sales, since basically the sale ended today, so yesterday I kinda like went out and buy a lot of shit, like a lot of shit. There was even like a Valve pack that had every game from Valve, like it had Half-Life, Counter-Strike Source, Left 4 Dead, Portal. It had all of those games only for $2 or $2.50 or some shit like that. Only $2, and I'm like, wow, okay, I gotta get it. I know that I'm probably not even gonna play half of the games here, but it's just too good of an opportunity to pass up, right? Yeah, it was a pretty good one. And then I also buy, because not only there were sales, right? But there was like a point system or like a token system, right? Where you could get some rewards by buying shit, right? So at the end I wanted to get a reward, but my points weren't enough, so I bought even more shit, right? To the point where I even bought Terraria, which is a game that I never thought I was gonna buy, but I always wanted to play. So I'm like, yeah, it's 50% sale. Fuck it, let's buy it. It was like less than $2 anyway, so it's not like I waste too much money, right? But yeah, it's insane. Yeah, Terraria. It was really cheap, and I'm like, well, I need a couple more points, so why not, right? Played once. It's kind of like, not my favorite, but still, yeah, it's kind of like Minecraft in 2D. Although I'm pretty sure Terraria come before Minecraft, right? Not entirely sure about the last one, but yeah. I also bought Rogue Legacy. Because even if I played it before, apparently there's a bunch of new shit. So it might be worth giving it a try again. And even if it wasn't worth to give it a try again, it's still, a game that I really like when I played it. So, support goes to the developers. It was less than $1, by the way. So... I mean, might as well add it to the list, right? And then there was, which other one? Oh, Geometry Dash, which is apparently a reading game. I say apparently because it's kind of like a hybrid between reading and platforming, although it's mostly a reading game. And it's also a game that I've been wanting to try for a long time, and I never tried, so I also bought that. And that one was even funnier because it was cheaper than $0.50, like literally cheaper than $0.50. So at that point it's like you can't just pass it up, right? Like might as well buy it. I mean, it's kind of like worth the same that a candy's worth, so and I don't eat candy, so might as well use that money for a game that I might want to play. So yeah, basically yesterday I've been buying a lot of shit. Normally I'm not like that, right? Like normally I really like to save up. I want to spend it like that, like compulsively spend it, right, like that. But I was like, I mean, it's a sale, dude. It's a sale that happens once a year, and this is a special event. So might as well, right? I mean, it's not like I went broke because of that. Especially when games are worth $0.50. So yeah. I fucked up. Also, I'm probably late. I'm probably definitely really late, but There was like the Handsome collection, which is, you know, a collection of Borderlands 2 that basically includes the base game and every single game, every single DLC that came for the game for like $2. And Borderlands 2 is a game that is really good. I don't know if the sale is still active, but if it is, I really recommend anyone to go buy it, because Borderlands 2 is an amazing game. And it's really cheap, like it's really cheap. Especially because, you know, it includes all of the DLCs. That's what's the best part about it. Normally Borderlands 2 plus all of the DLCs is quite expensive, but thankfully here, with that pack, you basically just, like, you barely even spend anything for all of that. So yeah, there's that. And just in case, remember that Borderlands 2 is one of the few games that is a co-op game, right? Not many games nowadays are co-op, right? Most of the games are either competitive or single player, right? Borderlands 2 is one of those games that is co-op, so if you like that kind of shit, definitely recommend it. It's probably a good idea to try to accumulate the most amount of damage there. Oh fuck. Because apparently when the cheetah man right there comes down, you can damage him. So it's probably worth to damage him as much as you can, so when the UFO part starts you can just, you know, survive the least amount of time possible, right? Well, there were also two games, Mr. Tusk, that I forgot to mention, that basically I think you will probably like them a lot, because they are pretty much the kind of indie games that you will play. Sorry. And yeah, that's how cold it is these days. Thanks. That's how cool it is. But yeah, I was gonna say that I bought two games that you'll probably like, and one of them you even showed them to me, and it was so cheap that I was like, well, I have to. And that one is Enter the Gungeon, you know, the one where you're basically a bullet that shoots bullets while you douche bullets. So yeah, I bought that one. I also bought Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah, I bought it, yeah. It was really cheap. And not only it was cheap because of the sale, but also, you know, that I mentioned that the event had like a token system, right? So basically, there was a reward on the token system that allow you to get the game you picked, but $1 more cheap, or like $1.25 more cheap, right? So basically, I bought Enter the Gungeon for like $1.20 something, you know, cents. So it was insanely cheap. Yeah, it seems that it's a pretty cool game. And the other one, aside from that one, that I also bought is Crypt of the Necrodancer. Basically almost for the same price, which is a game where you have to enter the dungeon and, you know, dodge enemies and shit while you play to the rhythm of the music, right? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, good shit. And as I said, every game that I bought was insanely cheap. So even if, as I said before, I don't normally like to spend that much, you know, to buy that much games all in a brief period of time, the fact that everything was so insanely cheap, I feel like it was definitely worth it. Damn. I don't know why, but it seems like the blood splat when you die on the UFOs is bigger than normal. Probably because there's not a single floor below, so you really get killed. Yeah. That's pretty much how my Steam adventure went. Just basically buy everything that is really cheap. Maybe I can shoot him better from here, since I can spam more. But those aliens are gonna be a problem. Actually, I'm not even sure if those are aliens. They might be animals that are so badly drawn that you think it's an alien. Then again, this is the cheetah man, right? Badly drawn animals is nothing new for the cheetah man. Fuck. I went too overboard with my right taps. Nice. I who fucked up, you know, when you have a character like Sonic that is way... Well, not way, but like it's bigger than the hitbox, and you see all that stuff, all those dogs missing you when they are walking right in your eyes. It's pretty funny, I gotta say. Hey, at least it could be worse. Imagine if this was Ryu or Sagat. That will be something funny to see. Then again, using Ryu or Sagat in this fight, I don't think it gives you any benefit at all. I think it's completely useless. Damn, those UFOs fucked me over. I really wish there was a hell bar for these like mini bosses that aren't like not the actual boss hell bar, but like you also have to take them down. I really wish there was a hell bar for that. It seems there isn't, so you have to deal with it and kind of figure it out on your own. I also find it pretty funny how Sonic throws the rings here by crouching. It's pretty bizarre, to say the least. Damn it, that... I really want to see what it is. The problem is that when you die, that thing spawns on the edge of the screen, because it's kind of like aiming at you, and when you're dead it's kind of like your character is on the edge of the screen, right? But I don't know. I don't even know, like, is it a frog? Is it a bird? What is it? I'm pretty sure it's not an alien, even though it looks like it. Wow, that banana almost kills me. Oh, I already used the double sham there like a dumbass. That's also the thing with this attack. Like, the UFOs are pretty RNG, so sometimes this happens where there's barely any UFOs, and some other times you get lucky and you get something like this, where basically the field is filled with UFOs. So yeah, it's pretty RNG dependent. Every time I see that pattern with the dogs and I see that they destroy a big portion of the platform, I'm like, damn, I'm glad that I'm using Sonic, right? because if I was using Boshy and I had to dodge it with that big ass gap on the center, it will be almost impossible. I mean, it will still be possible, but yeah, really hard. Nice. Oh, come on, right in the middle of the two UFOs. I thought I was gonna hit like one of the two and I didn't hit anything. Nice. Damn, that banana flew pretty far and it fucked me over. Wait, can you? No, I don't think you can damage that one. I mean, even if you could, I don't think it will do shit. And it's pretty hard, you know, to try to calculate where to land when every UFO is of different speed. That's the biggest problem, right? Wow, I double jumped because my finger pressed it. Like my finger was so excited I wanted to double jump beforehand. Nice. Really wanted that jump, huh? Nice. So, what is FTL about? Just to, you know, remember what you were talking about, right? About FTL. and that it is an indie game. Yeah, I get that part, but you say it was aliens, right? Or, well, not aliens. You say you were a spaceship, but turn-based. But like, what is it? Like, is it based on like 1v1? Is it like tower defense? That's Sonic and not Boshy? Indeed. Or is it going Lini ever? Yeah, it is Sonic. It is Sonic. But, you know, it's Sonic Boshy style because, you know, as you can see, listen to this. Like, okay, well, maybe with this song in the background it will be kind of hard to hear, but you see that sound effect? That sound effect is the spring instead of the usual jump sound that Sonic has. Looks like Sonic 4. I don't think Sonic 4 had a spring sound effect. Like, didn't it have the classic one? I don't remember because it's been a while since I played Sonic 4. Like, it's been a huge time since I played Sonic 4. Honestly, it might have been 6 years since I played that game. Like, holy shit, it's been a while. It's really been a while. Yeah, basically, this is bootleg Sonic. I mean, it looks like Sonic, but he throws rings while he crouches, and if that wasn't enough, he also jumps with the spring sound effect, and when he does the double jump, he basically does like that animation when he looks up. So this is Sonic, but you know, a pretty W Sonic, like a pretty suspicious Sonic. Although then again, we're fighting against the Cheetah Men, which even if they are not, they look like a bootleg game. And they are not, like they are an actual game, believe it or not. Like an actual game that developers program, that someone invested money on. Yeah, that's a Cheetah Man. I know they look like, you know, a bullshit something, right? No, but they are legit. Cheetah Men are actually legit. Yeah, you died, damn. We're playing some Sekiro. Nice. Playing some Sekiro here, huh? So basically when I defeat this shithead of the Cheetah Man, it's gonna say Shinobi Execution. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna get a Shinobi Execution in here. It's pretty nice. Damn, Sekiro was a pretty good game. Sekiro was definitely a pretty good game. Sadly, my computer wasn't good enough to show the full glory of the game. But, you know, it still looked good, kinda. So I guess I gotta give it to them. Are there gonna be DLCs for Sekiro, I wonder? Because, you know, when it comes to video games news, I normally don't read any, so I'm not sure if... Wow, I died to a banana peel, nice. Sorry. So I don't know if there are any DLCs coming or not. But I know that From is working in another game, so it will be kinda weird if they had if they had DLCs for Sekiro, right? Wow, that be perfectly nailed the angle to fuck me up. Holy shit. I can't believe it. What a piece of shit. That bee just nailed the exact angle it needed to be just to fuck me up. Yeah, it almost looked like AI, right? Holy shit. Really wonder if I'm gonna be able to beat the UFO pattern today. And when I... Well, that was already a pretty bad RNG to try to land on one of those tiny shits. But... I wonder if... I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, if I can... Yeah, beat that UFO pattern on this stream. That would be great. It's still not the last pattern though. But it would be great if I could. Nice. Nice. Wow, okay. Ah, that was pretty RNG. Basically, I needed to go to the left, but that fucking green thing was there. And if I went to the right, I would have died to the cheetah man. Damn it. Really wonder how much health that shithead has. Probably has a lot more than he should. Damn, I jumped too high there, damn it. Also, I wonder where this go... Actually, no, I think where this go comes from. I think this go is from those 3D Sonic games where you have a dash, right? And you basically go faster. What's pretty fucked up on this B pattern is that any minor movement can just completely screw you up. I probably should bait that more. Like, I probably should try to go more to the left when that thing is about to spawn. Because otherwise I'm just gonna die every time if he spawns to the center. It's pretty, like, that's one of those things that is easier said than done. So that's my fear, like, if I dodge it from the left. And it really depends where the UFOs spawn. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. You really have to deal with it. Nice. Oh wait, you can shoot them down. It's just that it's kinda hard because normally they will kill you from above, but you can actually shoot them down. Okay, that's... You know what's the worst part is that someone already told me that I could shoot them down and I completely forgot. Okay, that might be useful sometimes. Or maybe more times than I think. Maybe pretty useful to know. I gotta say that even if Cheetah Man was a completely shitty game, some of the sound effects are pretty nice. Like, they sound pretty nice. It needs more Danmaku? Oh, it definitely doesn't need more Danmaku. It definitely doesn't. Especially with Sonic. Cause holy shit. Because Sonic, the thing is, not only he's faster and harder to control, but the hitbox is not the same size of the sprites, so it's really hard sometimes to figure out where you're supposed to go. So I can imagine dodging actual Danmaku with Sonic. That will be insane, to say the least. Nice. I thought I was gonna bounce off that one. Nice speed kill, thanks. Now if only I could do the same on that damn UFO section, that would be amazing. if I could do that. It seems like I can't, because it's pretty damn hard. Actually, now that I think about it, you know, when I say Rio and Segai will probably not be useful here, in that section with the UFOs it will probably be useful. Because let's not forget that they will not get hit from above because they will shoot right above them, so they wouldn't get hit by those aliens or whatever they are. So I think it will be useful. The problem obviously is everything else, right? The beast attack is way easier with Sonic, to the point where I wouldn't even imagine myself doing the beast attack consistently without using Sonic. Should have shown. Damn it. Nice. And that was a perfect shot right to the edge of the platform. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know, sometimes it feels like this monkey has more health and sometimes it seems like it has less health. I don't know what's the deal with it. I mean, obviously it's just that sometimes I shoot him more times and some other times I don't. But it still is pretty weird. Nice. I jumped too much. Going to bed now? Alright, have a good night, Liniever. Thanks for hanging out. Hope I can at least beat the UFO part this time. Hope I can at least do that. Like, I hope, because I don't even have the hope of beating it this stream, but at the very least I wanna get past that damn UFO part once. Nice. Damn it. Nice. That was a double KO. Pretty nice. Pretty nice double KO. Kinda remind me, you know, when you had those, you know, in Call of Duty games, sometimes you have that skill where when someone kills you, you leave a grenade behind. So if someone is unexperienced enough to not know that, they will get completely killed if you kill them right next to where you are, right? That reminded me of that, basically, the monkey throwing the banana right as he died, and it actually killed me. Hey AC Boshy, how is it going? Yeah, I'm here with a little bit of progress, but it's just too tiny. Like the progress is too tiny, because pretty much I can semi-consistently get to the UFO attack, but my real problem here is the UFO attack itself. That's the one that is taking me a long time. You just had to hit it from the sides, right? You had to. You couldn't just go on top. No, you had to hit it from the sides. Right from the side. Alright. I got you. This is really gonna take some time. Because let's not forget, again, just in case someone forgets about it, the UFO attack is not the last attack. The UFO attack, I don't know which attack is it, but it's definitely not the last one. So the problem with that is that even if I beat it once, I will have to consistently beat it to get used to the next attack, which is apparently also hard. Check out the rest of the fight and it's not too bad. Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that, but hopefully you are right. Then again, it's not really a problem of if it is too hard or not. It's a problem that basically every time I die to whatever attack there is after the UFOs, it basically means that I have to consistently beat the UFOs every time that I want to practice that other attack, right? That's my problem. The UFOs are already hard enough. So having to beat them every time I want to practice the rest of the fight it's kind of insane, to say the least. Should have sham, damn it. I'm sure there's some kind of strength for the wall jumping one. Wall jumping one? Okay, I don't like how that sounds. Wall jumping? Okay, that's... Damn, that even scared me more than I was before knowing that. Wait, this one? Which one? The one I often die to? Wall jump? I think I don't get it. You mean the bee one? The one with the bees? Damn it. Because these bosses are based on bugs from the original game. Yeah, I know that. Oh, you mean the one where, yeah, where he attacks and jumps. Yeah, the one that where he throws the bees, yeah. That one, there is a strategy where you basically, with Boshy, you stand on the right side of the platform. Right? Like, right here, where I am right now. Basically, you can stand right there and you do some like pretty specific execution and you can consistently dodge the bees every time. The problem is that the execution is pretty tight. It's really tight apparently. So yeah, you don't want to do it if you don't know how to do it. So yeah, basically that's the reason why you use Sonic, or why you would like to use Sonic here, because Sonic basically eliminates the RNG part of the attack. Basically the RNG part of the attack there is that these dogs, since they destroy the platform, there are some jumps that with Boshy you cannot do to dodge the bees. However, when you're Sonic, you can jump and, you know, run so fast that you can go from side to side without any problems. Like this, right? Like you can just use a double jump to go from side to side without any problem. So yeah, with Boshy it is possible, but it's just insanely hard. And then this fucking monkey, I swear, I hate him so much. You have no idea how much I hate him. Also, by the way, how was the Mario fight? Like, did you beat the Mario fight yet, or are you still there? Didn't do it yet? Okay. Are you playing another fan game, or are you just... Oh, you're playing a visual novel. Which one? Sharin no Kuni Himawari no Shosho. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to visual novels, I'm pretty ignorant, so I wouldn't be able to know which one it is, but that's fine. Whew, this is some pretty shitty RNG, holy shit. Like I guess I'm gonna stand... I mean, it's almost... Like, it's really hard to stand on this tiny ass platform right there without falling, especially being Sonic. Holy shit. Like, sometimes the RNG with the damn dogs get so bad that you get things like this. That even with Sonic it's hard because it's just some pretty precise movement. The language, I mean, if I was speaking Spanish it would have been worse. So I guess you should be thankful for that. Damn. Amy throwing out some accusations, huh? Who is it going, Mr. Amy? Damn it. That banana has a bigger hitbox than it should. You know, this is... I guess I'm kinda like at the same spot as yesterday, which is pretty sad, if you ask me. I mean, I got farther in the UFO attack, but... it's still... pretty bad. You're not playing with the double damage? No, I'm not. I'm not playing with double damage. I mean, you don't need to, really. Like, it's not like you need to spam really, really bad to the point where it's almost physically impossible. Will be pretty useful here, though. I mean... I guess if this shit takes me more than 1 week, then I guess I could try that. But so far, it seems doable enough without the double damage glitch. It's so hard to bounce on this damn shit UFOs. It's really hard. It's definitely not something that you can just do, right? And the fact that they are RNG definitely doesn't help. But yeah. Yeah, now that you mentioned the double damage glitch, that seems pretty tempting, I gotta say. Especially because of that attack. Like, I'm not sure how the rest of the fight will be, but because of that attack, it seems pretty tempting to try and do that. Especially good for the gorilla, yeah. Although this one is not that much of a problem as long as you don't screw up. Like, it's basically about synchronization. If you can synchronize your jumps and your shots, it's not that big of a deal. The problem is right here. This dumbass is the problem. Because having to survive this long is just too much. Like, it's really hard to balance yourself in the UFO, so it comes to a point where it's just insanely hard to survive that long. Like, I can't believe they actually gave him a lot of health. I feel like that's complete bullshit, but then again, it's, even if you damage well, it's pretty long. Exactly. Like, even if I start damaging him at the beginning, like right before the platform gets destroyed, it's really long. Damn, Tusk is saying some dumb shit right now, huh? I see. That's fine. I mean, after all, he wouldn't know what it is to sweat like this with all those turn-based games he plays, right? Where you can basically relax, make a cup of tea, and then come back, and you will still be at the same place you were. Here we don't have that luxury, right? Have to beat this all in one go. You can stop. Apparently there are many other fighters who require such shooting skill is mostly avoidance. Yeah, because shooting sucks. Shooting is trash. Like, which is the reason why I don't like the power system in Touhou, right? Or other intrusive mechanics like the UFOs. Because when you have so much shit thrown at you, you don't want to be focusing in anything else. You want to be focusing on dodging, on surviving. So if instead of that I also have to worry about, you know, the when I let me give I forgot the word, I can't talk, but when I say UFO I don't mean these UFOs, I mean Touhou UFOs from Touhou 12. Basically what I'm trying to say is that if I have to worry about something else other than what I'm supposed to dodge or survive, it's just a pain in the ass, and nobody likes it. I mean, nobody liked Touhou 12 except for a couple of masochists that for some reason like the UFO system in that game. And when it comes to the power system, it's the same. Like, basically on the power system, a lot of times, Touhou 12 is also a good example of that. A lot of times you are not full power and you have to worry about picking power items while you're getting destroyed. That's so stupid. I mean, that's something that I feel like Dodonpachi has made in a pretty good way, which is basically just, you know, remove the power system and you just need to worry about dodging, and you know, that's it, right? You don't have to worry about all this shit on the screen other than the bullets, which is how it should. I don't like multitasking. I like Touhou 12. Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to say that until, you know, Lunatic came by and made me realize how bad the mechanics are. Because when you play, you know, normal or hard, even if the mechanics are still trash, you can kinda pull through, right? You can, if you make a little bit of effort, you can kinda pull through, right? Through normal and hard. When it comes to Lunatic, not only the patterns get ridiculous, right? Like they get really, really hard, but you also are there to, you know, fuck you over like crazy. It's just insane. Feel like power system is necessary to make Lunatic 1 Conquerors difficult. That shouldn't be the case. What should make Lunatic 1 Conquerors difficult is the fact that the patterns are hard, not that there is a mechanic that nobody likes. Right? That's the problem. I mean, if you wanna make Lunatic 1 Conquerors harder, make the patterns harder. Don't make the mechanics harder. I'm pretty sure really nobody likes to pay attention to something that is not dodging. Making patterns harder often results in unfair stuff. That really depends on how you do it. Like, for example, Toho 12 patterns are really hard, but they are fair for the most part. I don't think there is any bullshit pattern in Toho 12. Like, pretty much all of the patterns in Toho 12 are fair, but they are insanely hard. So, I mean, if you really want to make a harder game with patterns, you can do it with no problem. I mean, of course, then you have games like Toho 15 that just go overboard with the kind of bullshit that they make you dodge. That's true. But, you know, if you wanna make harder patterns, you can definitely do so without making them bullshit. And again, I feel like Toho 12 is the perfect example of that. I really don't remember any pattern in that game that I could qualify as bullshit. But obviously the big problem of the game is that the resource system sucks. So no matter how good the patterns are, the mechanics just completely, you know, murder that game. Byakuren's first spell? What about it? The one where he spins that thing, and what's so bad about it? I don't really remember it that well either, though. It's pretty bullshit and has huge RNG component. Well, I don't think I ever played that one on Lunatic, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I think once I saw a video of someone playing Byakuren on Lunatic, and that spell card didn't seem that much different from the hard difficulty. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm definitely wrong, but yeah, didn't look hard. Maybe it is hard, but definitely didn't look like it. Usually resulting in the need to speed kill it. Yeah. Nice. Do you really pass through the gap of those 3 UFOs, you piece of shit. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. In my opinion, when something is so far you need to speed kill it, it's close to unfair, because a new player will definitely never be able to dodge it. I don't think it should be because of new player though, because most likely a new player wouldn't even be playing Lunatic on the first place. I mean, if they are playing Lunatic being a new player, that's a pretty big mistake. But I agree that when a spell card needs, like, when you can dodge a spell card at first, like when it's impossible to dodge a spell card in the first try without knowing what's coming, then yes, I will say that it's bullshit. I definitely don't remember the Byakuren spell card you're talking about. I mean, yes, I remember it, but I don't remember it being that hard. Met a guy who played Lunatic instantly because he was pretty good. I wanna be the guy and does have good vision and controls. Yeah, but well, Thundit basically did that, right? Thundit, which is a viewer that is usually here, he's an I wanna be the guy player. And if I'm not mistaken, he just went straight to Lunatic Toho 15. So, yeah, that's certainly possible, but it's a pretty tiny minority, the one that can actually do that. Mostly because people that are looking for... Wow, nice. Pretty nice. I was gonna say that mostly because people who are looking for bullet hells, right? Toho is kind of like one of those bullet hells that aren't really that good as bullet hells. Sonic in this fight, yeah. I mean, it makes it easier, after all. It's just that it's hard to control at first. Mostly style, how is it going? Not sure that's been done before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been done before. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, even BBF says that using Sonic here should be, you know, the most optimal way of playing it, because it basically eliminates a pretty big chunk of the RNG factor, so you can get more consistent without trouble. So I'm pretty sure Sonic is a good choice here. I mean, if it wasn't for Sonic, I wouldn't be able to do that B pattern at all. The only RNG is the wolves and the UFOs. Yeah, but the wolves destroy the platforms in a way that basically make it so the beast attack is a little bit harder to dodge. And honestly, I'm really bad at the B attack. So if it wasn't for Sonic, I wouldn't be able to even be close to consistently beat the B attack. Can dodge the beast as long as I reach both ends. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise it's insanely hard, and with Sonic you can just do it like consistently. You can... Well, in that case I screwed up, but normally you can do it consistently. With Boshy though, it's pretty hard for me to consistently beat that pattern. And apparently, also according to a pretty good player, The last pattern is easier with Sonic because of one attack. I'm not exactly sure because I never saw it, so I'm only basically repeating what they say, but yeah, apparently the last attack is easier with Sonic. I don't even know what it even looks like, so just gonna trust what they say. Exploding bacon is free either way. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the hell the last attack is, or I don't even know what attack he was referring to, because I never saw it. That's the problem. Fuck. So yeah, and also, you know, the UFO attack, sometimes the UFOs are so far apart from each other that it's easier using Sonic, because Sonic basically can fly higher and can move farther, and when there is a huge gap in between UFOs, Sonic can basically travel through them without any problem. Although obviously the big you know, downside with Sonic is that it's really hard to control. But you kinda get used to controlling it after a while. Although obviously you get used to controlling him in this fight, not for the rest of the game. But then again, since the only thing left in the game is this, might as well, you know, use Sonic, right? Yeah, the UFOs are definitely a bitch. Like, the UFOs are actually making me consider using the double damage glitch or not. I don't want to use it. I mean, I definitely don't. But it's really tempting because holy shit, this asshole has a lot of health. This cheetah man right here. You know, the only part that I ever activated the double damage glitch is with Dalsim, because honestly Dalsim is a piece of trash. Doesn't even deserve to all the mashing that he requires. He doesn't deserve it. I mean, you know, I'm not joking when I say that when I tried to mash Dalsim, my chest hurt for the whole week. And I didn't even beat him like that. I had to beat him with the double damage, because if I had beaten him without the glitch, it would be impossible, literally impossible physically to me. So yeah, for this one though, this is definitely not physically impossible. Wow, nice damage. But like, that's the thing. I don't really want to use the glitch here because this is not physically impossible. This is something that is doable. So the only thing I need to do is, you know, practice enough, but it feels like it's really hard. And again, it doesn't help that the RNG is a big factor in the UFO pattern. Wow, nice stuff. Like, yeah, with things like this is what really makes me want to activate the double damage here. It really makes me want to activate it. But I'm not gonna do it yet. I still haven't lost all of my patience yet, so for now, I'm gonna keep trying. But if I see that after a bunch of streams I see no progress on this fight, then I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it because I don't wanna be trying this fight that doesn't even matter. Because, you know, Soul Green is one thing, right? Soul Green is basically the final boss. So obviously it's an important fight, and you also get to unlock 3 characters that are pretty good. But this shit is just a secret boss that gives you a shitty character. And I shouldn't have done that, damn it. And like, it's completely pointless to defeat other than for, you know, other than for, how is it called? Like for satisfaction, right? I think double shot is fine this way because you're not really skipping anything. Yeah, but I'm just gonna wait, right? Like I say, if I feel like I've been, you know, doing a lot of streams and I still see no progress, then I'm definitely doing the double damage because fuck this. But for now I wanna see if I can at least beat it once, because if I can beat it once, at least it means that, you know, there is some progress in there. But so far I'm not seeing any progress, and that's what's scaring me. That wasn't enough. The UFO was too slow. I thought it was gonna get there faster, but I guess I was wrong. Although I gotta say, it's pretty weird when you say that you were surprised that I was using Sonic. I thought that it was like universally agreed that Sonic was the best choice for this fight. Maybe I was wrong. Like, I thought that Sonic definitely was like the best choice, like unanimously. Guess I was wrong. I mean, it's the best choice to me, at least. To me, that I can really beat the B pattern without, you know, this character. Nice. Get on. UFOs have acceleration, or they spawn with different speeds? No, they spawn with different speeds. They don't have any acceleration. They just spawn with different speeds. Some are slower, some are faster. You know, I couldn't do it with Sonic's acceleration. Makes it so much harder to do things precise. That's true. But I think that is kind of like, you know, kind of like when you're on that ship section on World 10, I think, right? Like, you're using that ship section that obviously is different from what you're used to, because you're not even using like platforming physics. You're using shoot 'em up physics, right? But the thing is, it's only that you have to get used to for that section. You don't have to get used for the rest of the game, which is why I think that Sonic is not a bad idea, because you're only gonna use it here. So if you get used to these attacks here, only on this fight, I don't feel like you need to worry about other things, right? Like, basically, once you're done with this, you don't have to use Sonic ever again if you don't want to. You just need to get used to this fight, to the patterns on this fight, and that's it. Obviously, you're not gonna do some platforming with Sonic. That's ridiculous. Well, I mean, probably a lot of people can do it, but still, it's pretty ridiculous to expect someone to do platforming with this character. I'm disappointed. I'm kinda disappointed of myself right here. Like, I'm kinda disappointed that I beat the UFO attack and I died immediately, like immediately afterwards. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, needle with Sonic. Here the shots are aimed. Yeah, I can see that. That's why he shoots so far. Hey Riemann, how is it going? Yeah, that was a Pepega moment for sure. Also, please tell me this is the last attack. Please tell me this is the last attack and I don't have to worry about this shithead ever again. I think it's the last? Okay. Okay, I'm kind of relieved now. Because if that's the case, then that means that it's the last attack? Okay, perfect. Okay, that's just increase my motivation by 100%. Thanks. Also, who is it going, Mr. Oldham? And showing some cheetah, man. Okay, now that gave me a huge confidence boost, knowing that that's the last attack. Obviously, the UFO attack, just because I beat it once, doesn't mean that I can consistently beat it. And it also doesn't mean that I will be able to beat the last attack just like that. But at the same time, it's definitely relieving to see that that's the last shit that I have to worry about. Okay, then maybe this is gonna be totally doable without the double damage. Okay, I like where this is going. I wonder when I'm gonna be able to beat the UFO attack again though. Because that definitely wasn't easy. It also really depends on RNG when it comes to that UFO attack. Nice. I thought I was gonna bounce on the left one. The real problem with this UFO attack, I feel like, you know, the UFOs are put in a way where, at least with Sonic, it gets really hard to shoot the Cheetah Man. Because you kinda like bounce higher. So a lot of shots just miss. I feel like that's the biggest problem about this attack. Obviously the RNG is pretty bad too, but I feel like the fact that most of your shots are gonna miss is definitely like the hardest part about this. Although I gotta be thankful at least that Sonic bullets are bigger than Boshy's. I think they are kinda like the same size of Dark Boshy bullets, right? I feel like Dark Boshy has the same size of bullets as Sonic. Ah, fucker. It's also pretty funny how, like, the game kinda like freezes when you die to a UFO for some reason. Maybe because there's a lot of blood on the screen and kinda like the game can't handle so much particles or some shit like that. I mean, it could be possible. I mean, after all, this game isn't really that optimized when it comes to performance, so yeah. You tried to catch UFO? Yeah, I wanted an extra life, so I tried to catch it, but instead the UFO catch me. Yeah, that's pretty much the problem with Sonic, right? Like, movement like that gets pretty hard to do in a precise manner. But then again, if it wasn't for Sonic, I wouldn't get to the UFO attack as consistently as I'm doing right now. In fact, the UFO attack will probably be pretty rare to see if I wasn't using Sonic. Nice. That wasn't the intended way, but it worked. Nice hitbox, by the way. Nice hitbox on the peels right there. I mean, I understand the whole you can't trust fruits in I wanna be the guy fun games, but yeah, that's a pretty big hitbox for a banana peel, I gotta say. Oh, nice. I like how the bee exploded right in time. Nice. Wow, I thought that I was gonna go like to the right of that UFO and it actually just killed me. Nice. Wow, I got pretty lucky there. I still think that the amount of health that this dumbass has is ridiculous. Like, I still think they should have toned the health down a little bit. Also, I really like how the abomination at the end is kind of like a mech using every single cheetahman as a limb. It's kind of fucked up though, but it looks funny. Although I really wonder, that last attack that apparently has aimed bacons, like how easy it's gonna be to do it with Sonic? I don't feel like it's gonna be that easy though. Gonna try. It seems like the kind of attack where I have the most amount of control instead of having speed and, you know, high jumps. Might be wrong. I mean, after all, Thumb did say that even that attack was easier with Sonic. So I'm gonna trust what he says, but feels kinda weird to see that it's easier to do with Sonic. Wow, I don't know who I didn't die there. I'm glad I didn't though. From the side. What a shitty hitbox. It would be amazing if instead of UFOs there were like balloons, right? So no matter where you hit them you will get propelled. But instead you need to hit them from above, otherwise you get killed. Brutally killed. He's gonna be a problem, huh? The good thing is that I could do it once. But yeah, good luck trying to do it again. You know, that reminds me that, you know, the first time that the Cheetah Men appeared in this game were in World 3. Or basically World 3 was the Cheetah Men world. And one of them appeared and they started shooting you with that ballistic thing. And at the time, Thunder told me that, you know, if I thought that was hard, I will need to wait and see the Cheetah Men afterwards, which, you know, he meant this fight, right? But I gotta say, I'm kinda glad that I don't have to deal with those tiny bullets that much. Like, the only part of the battle where you had to deal with them is here, and it's a static pattern, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, at the very least, I feel like that's a good thing that this battle has. Nice, nice. That was perfect RNG, right? Like, that shitty green thing was right there where I needed to bounce on the UFO. That's not something pretty easy to achieve, but it did it. He almost got me there. I double jumped too early, damn it. Yeah, UFO section is just gonna be a problem. You know, some of you say that the last attack is free, right? Like, it's really easy. But if that bacon that he throws is constant, I don't know if I would call it easy. Especially with the tornadoes that he throws from above. So that's kinda gonna be a problem. Unless it's actually easy and I'm just, you know. Shouldn't have jumped there, I fucked up the pattern. I fucked up the pattern again, damn it. Sometimes it's pretty hard to remember exactly what you're supposed to do, even though that's just memorization. Sometimes it gets hard to remember in the heat of the moment. Nice. And even having beaten it once, it really still makes me want to activate the double damage glitch. It really makes me want to activate it. Not gonna do it yet, but it really makes me want to do it. I actually found out about the glitch by myself on the original game. I was trying to see what down did. Yeah. What down does. Well, it's basically... Although... I don't quite understand. How did you discover it? Because pressing down is not what makes the glitch. It's remapping the shot key to the down input what makes it activate. So I'm kinda surprised to see that you discover it this way. Or that way, I mean. Try remapping everything to the same key? Why will you do that? That's something that I wouldn't think of doing normally. Remapping everything to the same key. I was wondering what will happen, like it will move left or right. Yeah, I guess it, in that case, out of curiosity, yeah, it will make sense. Come on, dude. Really? Am I really gonna get killed by that pattern now? I thought it was over, damn it. I'm getting impatient, that's the problem. Getting impatient and that makes me screw up in other patterns. That's a pretty big problem. UFOs. The bad part about the way I'm dying on that pattern is that it's not like I'm surviving a lot and I'm dying almost close to the end. I'm dying at the beginning, almost. Really don't like that. See, that's the problem, right? I've been able to do this pattern once, but when I start dying at the very first second that the pattern is active, it really makes me feel like I'm not progressing at all. Because it feels like it's just getting lucky. If you get lucky, you beat it. If not, it's shit, basically. Try to avoid shooting the first 5 seconds. Yeah, I also thought about that. Like, I thought maybe I should only shoot when I'm sure that I can stand still without, you know, any major distraction, right? So maybe you're right. Maybe I should stop shooting. But the problem is that, well, that's the thing. And the reason why I hate games that really focus on shooting. Because if you take a lot of time and you don't shoot, you have to survive for longer. So, and let's not forget, there is that dumbass in the left side of the screen that is quickly trying to kill you. So you don't have unlimited time. That's the problem too. Nice. Okay, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. So now comes the real deal. Oh, he throws them in an arc. I thought he throw them straight to you. So he does something like this. Okay, that's good to know. Try timing it out. Pretty good idea. Yeah, I got baconed. Okay, that's why I stood still and shot, because I thought that he basically shot them straight at you, but he actually does an arc. Okay, so that means that I have to run and then probably like do a left to right, right? That's probably what I'm supposed to do. Like probably start from here and go to the right, and once I run out of space, jump and go to the left or something like that. Probably not jumping, but what I also noticed is that these bacons explode and they leave like a little explosion trail. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, that's what I know at least. And then there is this dumbass throwing tornadoes. Damn. Like, just try looking at this abomination right here. Holy shit. Can do me a lot to focus on jumping. Usually a lot more UFOs come later on. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, well, seems that it is indeed a good idea to try and not jump the first 5 seconds, which I really appreciate the tip because it was pretty useful. But I still think, even with that, you know, surviving greatly depends on luck. I mean, obviously, right? That's something obvious, but I mean, even doing that 5-second stuff, like doing the rest is sometimes just a matter of if you get lucky or not. Nice. Yeah, it definitely helps. Really helps. You can clearly see that it really helps. Oh, that explosion is huge. That might be a big problem. Oh, and then there is the tornadoes. They move way more than I thought. Like, they actually move. Like right here on the dead screen, they barely move, but they actually move a lot. If you can get the timing for Mario's first attack, how can you even plan it if he goes out of the screen? You just kinda have to time it, that's how it works. Is there a tofu character using needles? No, not really, but... No, yeah, it is Raimo. Who is it going, Yukari? Yeah, basically Rayman to the rescue there. Yeah, Raimo is the one that likes using needles. She likes them a lot. She really, really likes them. Also, basically, in Russia, if you use like the Alt key and press... How does it work? Maybe you should have to change keyboard. Is it kind of like when you change the input? Like when you press Alt Shift? Like if you press Alt Shift, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how, when I started trying to practice Japanese, basically you switch to hiragana with Alt Shift. Well, not hiragana, but you switch to the input mode of Japanese. Yeah, basically the standard command that you use to switch. Between you know, keyboard layouts. Learn Shop to play Touhou without translation. Well, that's a good idea, I gotta say, but yeah. Well, I don't... It's mostly to understand all of Japanese media without translation, because a lot of media from there is untranslated. But, you know, after I saw the kanjis, I gave up. So yeah. You know, that was a pretty short and shitty story, but yeah, that's pretty much my relationship with Japanese. Damn. Boshy is telling me that I'm already dead. Holy. I should reply as Nanny, right? Is that how it works? I should be saying Nanny. See, for example, that kind of shit, I can read it because it's hiragana. So hiragana is not hard to learn. When it comes to kanji, it's just trash, dude. Like, how can you make a system so fucked up as kanji? I don't understand. You really have to go out of your way to fuck it up that bad. Yeah, and that's the kanji for Nani, yeah. Well, that's one of the few kanjis I know. The kanji for Nani. I think there's a kanji in the original sentence. Yeah, probably for Shin, right? For death. Right? Because I think Omai is written in hiragana. Well, Y is obviously written in hiragana. Mo is an article, so it should be in hiragana too. And the only concept right there is death, so I feel like Shin is the only thing that should be in kanji. Obviously, Iru is the conjugation, if I'm not mistaken. Kunyomi and onyomi is the worst thing ever. Kanjis are the worst thing ever. Kunyomi and onyomi are just one of the things that make them bad. But kanjis are trash no matter how you look at them. I mean, again, from a language perspective, not from an art perspective, right? From an artistic perspective, they are fine, but for a language, no, it's trash. Probably should watch Hokuto no Ken. It's a pretty nice experience. You know, Hokuto no Ken is basically the shonen that kind of like molded how shonen animes are normally, right? Like, it was one of the first shonens to be like having the protagonist that fucks everyone up and basically be a badass. It basically shaped the battle shonen genre, so it's definitely worth a watch. Obviously, when you see it, you will probably be like, "Oh, this is really generic. Like, has a lot of cliches," but that's because it was one of the first ones. So you will always obviously see a lot of stuff that for today's standards will be seen as cliche, but obviously back then they were, you know, innovation, right? Damn it. Who the fuck thought thousands of reading for a single character was a good idea? You're right. Yeah, that beautiful attack, the Hokuto Hyakuretsuken. It's a pretty nice one. Yeah, Kenshiro is pretty much Shonatan. And then Araki was like, okay, maybe I don't want Kenshiro as the protagonist. And he say, well, fuck it. Here is Joseph. And Joseph was one of those douchebags that basically was so badass that just killed enemies with how badass he was. And then of course you have the silent stereotype, which is Shotaro right afterwards. The one that doesn't say anything but can kick the shit out of you. Or I guess a more appropriate thing will be punch the shit out of you. Should be waiting more there. Doesn't say anything except Ora, yeah, pretty much. Which is the reason why that scene when they fight against the sun, like, you know, Arabia Flats, which was the guy that had the sun as a stand, and Shotaro starts laughing like a dumbass. That's such a good scene. It's such a good scene because of the contrast of Shotaro always being, you know, the chill guy, and all of a sudden he burst out laughing just like that. That's a pretty good scene. Damn it. Seems like it might be time to take a break. Don't worry. I'm probably gonna stream later today. And hopefully I'm gonna be able to defeat this dumbass. Cause holy shit, it's pissing me off. That's what you're supposed to do. There we fucking go. There, nice. Damn it. Those UFOs were faster than I expected. Speedwagon? Damn, I'm a Speedwagon? Holy shit. That's too much of an honor to me. Speedwagon, but that means that I was dead for like 100 years. Maybe a modern day Speedwagon. Nice. Really? Did that hit the side? I'm pretty sure that hit the top, but whatever. Okay, if you wanna be a bitch about it, that's fine. Says Shitamen to write the N, but that's, I'm pretty sure that's not how it's written. You should use chi. You're using she right there. Yeah, there you go. Also, I'm pretty sure that the first one, because normally when you try to write something like that in katakana, I'm pretty sure the first one will have a long I, right? So it will be like cheetamen, like with an additional like vowel pronunciation. I don't know if it will be used as a dash, like. Okay, let me. So let's switch to Japanese. To where the fuck is katakana? Come on. Where the fuck is katakana here? There we go. So it should be. Actually, you might be right. It probably is not like that. I was thinking something like this, but it should it be a dash, right? Because that second character, I don't know if it's correct to write it like this. I also wouldn't be sure if the ta right there, like the third character, will also have an additional like vowel, right? A long vowel. Not exactly sure though. But yeah, I think it will be something like that. Yeah, like that, exactly. Cheetamen, exactly. Basically having a long vowel in chi and in ta. Yeah, exactly, like that. Yeah, sometimes when you write something in katakana, those long vowels are pretty off-putting sometimes. Sometimes you don't really understand if you should use them or not. Pega. Nice. Yeah, that's a good one too. Should I write it like, oh, so that's how you write Pepega in Russian? Nice. I guess I should say in Cyrillic. Okay. Does anybody know stuff about processors? Well, that depends on what you want to know about processors. Like, do you want to buy one or what? Is i5 3/4 better than Pretty sure not, right? Although, with such a tiny difference, it shouldn't really matter that much anyways, right? I mean, it's definitely not better, but I think at that point it shouldn't really matter that much. I mean, you're getting an i5 of 3rd generation, so I don't think it will be that much difference. No against so wondered. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. If the difference is that tiny, the requirements don't mean shit. Well, as I said, right, like, the difference is too tiny to even matter. Dance game. Oh, dance game. Dance game. By using Burst, my difference is 6%. Yeah, like, it's barely noticeable. Like, it shouldn't matter that much. I mean, one thing is asking between an i5 and an i7, but two i5s that are even from the same generation, it shouldn't matter. I will try to run it on my laptop with 1st gen i5 big. Yeah. Well, I will be interested to see the results on that. I mean, maybe it works, who knows. I mean, after all, Against the Wanderer looks pretty fine, but it shouldn't be that resource intensive. Especially with the processor. Like, I don't think there's much to process anyways. Whew. Wow, are you serious? Your processor is i5 2450. I can hear you for the moment, good luck. Alright. Thanks, Deus. I'm not some, it's me, don't worry, okay. Yeah, I know. It will be pretty fucked up, yeah. I can't hear you because someone took me. The cheetah man took me hostage. Yeah, no, I know that that's not the case. Yeah, also minimal requirements aren't always true. Also, you shouldn't be worried about paying for something that you don't know you will play, because it will be on your Steam account. Like, it doesn't matter, because if you get a better computer, you only need to download Steam and use your Steam account, and that's it. What? I'm gonna read that again when the monk is not harassing me. It says Webisuato. What? No, I don't think I understand what it's supposed to say there. Probably never been reading Japanese before. And what is it supposed to mean? Waves out. Although I don't know if waves I will write it as webisu. Like that's not how you will write. You will although now that I think about it, the we was deprecated. So, but still, you should be using, instead of we, you should be using we. Like the u, and instead of an e right there, you should be using an e. And instead of b, I should use bu. So it will be webusu, and that sounds more likely than what you wrote. Can really do we, but instead of putting an a, you can put an e, right? Or it doesn't work. You can, but it will be unreadable. Okay. I tried to go to the UFO, but that piece of shit was in the way, so I wasn't sure. Damn it. Come on, dude. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna reach the UFOs once more, and then I'm gonna end the stream. But the good thing is that I will probably come back later today, and when I say later, I mean probably 2.5 hours later. So it will be just kind of like a short break. Oh, I almost got it, damn it. I wonder how much... Okay, I said I was gonna get to the UFO, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this stream, but definitely gonna probably come back in 2.5 hours. maybe 3. No, I think 2.5. It will depend, but yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna come back at that time. Wait, let me. Oh, that save worked, but let me save from here. There we go. All right. So, yeah. Thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you, well, if you're still awake, that is, in 2.5 hours. So, take care, everyone.